Welcome to the Keep the Faith podcast. I am your host, Tori. Big shouts out to 119 Media Group. We're not in the studio tonight, but we'll be back in the studio very soon. Big shouts out to Jamel. Get better soon. So here's the deal.
Please.
Me and Chelsea, we were supposed to do the live, January 3rd originally. And
Mm-hmm.
what I do, I concentrate on topics. And this dropped into my spirit a couple of weeks ago. But before we get into the topic, what you guys should be able to see the topic. The topic is heal, let the hurt go. And before we get into that, I want to say shouts out to Crystal and Candace who lost their father at the end of December. Shouts out to Charmaine. She lost her mom yesterday. And I also got to be praying for my family as well. I lost one of my favorite aunties. So pray for my family as well. So with that being said, I want to tell people that it is so important for you to let things go, for you to heal and to not hold grudges, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Tell people you love them as much as you possibly can, because you miss opportunities and they may not be here tomorrow. So don't miss the opportunities to show people, not only tell them, but show them as well. Because you can say something all day long, but I want you to show me. You tell me you love me, but I want you to show me. So show people that you love them, not only tell them so. And with that being said, I got Chelsea in the, I'm about to say in the building, but we ain't nearly in the building. We virtual today.
Well, we're in separate buildings, but we're both in some buildings. That's
yeah. And before we get into the topic, I would like for you to tell everyone about what you do, about your business, and how they can set those appointments. Like I just had my appointment this past Saturday.
You did. We did some good stuff. So I am the owner and esthetician at More Than Skin Beauty Bar and Spa. I do facials, full body wax, chemical peels, oxygen treatments, dermaplaning, and you can contact me on Facebook, Instagram. Facebook is probably the best place. And then we can tag my booking site down below because it's long.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, all services and prices are online.
Okay. And what is your hours of operation during the week?
We're open from 9 a.m. to about, what did I take my last one at 5? So technically 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Only day I don't work is on the Lord's Day.
Okay.
But I'm there all the time, all day, every day.
Okay. Well, me and Chess was talking briefly before we went live. And like I said, I had this topic dropped into my spirit a couple weeks ago. And let me tell you what made the topic come up. I have 2 male friends that I'm in a group chat with them. And usually what happens is we share views. Well, of course, I'm the only female in the group, but we share our views from a male perspective and also a female perspective. Mm-hmm. And so one of them shared this particular video, right? Hey, and let me just say hello to the people that are coming in. Hey, Miss Deborah. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Natasha. Hey, Victor. And it's funny that Victor gonna put the eyes up because I'm about to talk about that message. So,
sorry, that was you on. Yeah, I can't see him on here, so I had to pull it up. Hey, y'all.
So here's the deal. They sent one of them sent the video, and in the video, and I should have pulled up. Let me see if I can find the text message. But in the video, the young lady, I can't recall whether they were a married couple or they were just dating and living together. I can't remember that part. But in the video, the young lady was basically saying that she gives her check. She signs her check over to him. And when she signs her check over to him, he is in charge of dispersing the money, and she's allowed $100 a week. Now, you guys have probably seen this because it went viral. So you guys probably seen it, but
I have not seen
she was
this. I'm
saying she was saying
curious.
that she signed her check over to him. He dispersed the funds, I guess, paying the bill, and she's allowed $100 a week, right?
Of her money?
If she needs $100, she's allowed an allowance of $100 a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Of her money.
of her money, he
Okay. Okay. I'm just
her
making
check
sure
is
we
going
got
to
that part
him.
together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her check is going to his account, and he gives her $100 a week. And if she needs more than $100, she'll ask for more. So when I saw the video, of course, I was hot because I've had some bad relationships or whatever. And in my mind, I'm gonna see if I can find the text message. I just went off. I was like, he's controlling, he's manipulative. I was just yapping, 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 yapping. I wish I would have pulled it up, but I just was going off because I felt like he was controlling her. He was manipulating the situation, right? And so the next day I look and I said a lot of stuff because it triggered me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I said a lot of things, so it triggered me. And so when I look at the message the next day, I realized, I said, you know what? And then Victor pointed out, he's like, Tori, what works for them works for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it may not work for you,
Mm-hmm.
but what works for them works for them. So the next day, after I calmed down and I looked at my message, I said to myself, wait a minute, Tori. Now you said that you healed, but
Mm-hmm.
are you really healed?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I got the topic because of that. I realized that there were some things that I wasn't healed from. And I
Mm-hmm.
realized that I was speaking and coming from a hurt place. And
Mm-hmm.
I realized at that point that I had a whole lot more healing to do. And what
Mm-hmm.
was crazy, like I said, initially we were supposed to come on January 3rd. So just imagine how I felt yesterday when I saw your father's message.
Yeah, that
I
was
was
really on
like,
point.
wait a minute. Lord, what
Yeah,
you trying to tell me?
real
Let
on
it
point.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Heal and let it go. Like, let
Yep.
it go like yesterday. And here's the thing I need people to understand too that forgiveness thing is something that we have to work on daily.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing a lot of people think because you forgive someone that you got to automatically welcome them back.
Yeah, it allows
You
them.
know what I
People
mean?
think forgiveness allows you access back into my life, and it
Right.
doesn't. Just because I
And it
forgive
does
you doesn't
not.
mean I have to fool with you. I say that all the
Right.
time. It doesn't
Right.
mean that me saying, "Hey, are you speaking? I speak, and I keep moving." But just because I don't
Right.
stop and have the same type of conversation doesn't mean
Right.
that I just rather. I know how you are. I rather, what I'm saying, when you won't have a. Oops, do you hear that buzzing?
No, I don't.
Don't hear the buzzing?
Wait a minute. Diaria, I think Diaria says we might hear it.
Okay,
Do
I
you
thought
guys
it was.
hear buzzing?
Yeah, I hear it.
You do? I don't hear it. Is it bad?
And
Is it bad, Diaria? Because she says she can hear it.
it's like a stat. Nah,
Y'all tell me how the buzzing is. It really bad? Is it real?
yeah, it's pretty. I thought it was my headphones. Yeah, I can
Can y'all
still.
still hear it?
Oh no, that's so much better. It's gone.
Y'all know what? My bad. It might have been me because I had my cell phone beside my bad, Chelsea. I had my cell phone beside me, and sometimes the cell phone. My bad, y'all. My bad. I was gonna try to find the message,
Look,
but
and I'm moving my phone around
my
like
bad,
like
y'all.
it's a microphone trying to figure out what's
My
going
bad,
on.
y'all.
Okay, I was just thank you
It
people
was
because
myself.
I thought I was crazy and I'm looking and I'm like I hope everybody don't see me looking crazy, but I hear that and I know if I hear it, somebody else gonna hear it.
My bad, y'all.
And
It
then
was
you
my
was like,
cell
I don't
phone.
hear it. And I'm just like, well, hold on now. Let me take these out.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead and resume what you were about to say.
I don't remember.
My bad, y'all. Let me see. It said Tori got that old Nokia with all that interference. Don't do that.
For real though. It was like, I
Brittany
was
says,
like,
"Hey Tori, hey Chels, what's up,
hey,
Britt?"
Brett.
But y'all,
Oh,
what I said,
Jesus.
I was triggered with I was triggered, and then I was like I was saying I was had a conversation. Oh, you were saying how if you see that person, not to deal with them how you used to because things
Yeah.
basically changes.
Yeah, and it
And
does. And I think people kind of expect it to go back to the same way it was, which it definitely can if you're that. But you it depend on the level of what I'm saying.
yeah,
But I think everybody you need to, because when things like that happen, especially when you like letting that hurt go and stuff, it really shows me it shows me who the person is, but it really shows me who I am and what is still
right,
in me and what's not in me that needs to be in me because of
right.
how I'm dealing with the situation. What makes me not, because I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with, I mean, yeah, I can forgive you, but somebody is to really let it go. And I feel
Mhm.
like if I look at, I'll be like, okay, well, yeah, I forgive them and whatnot, but just don't breathe too heavy where I can hear you, because I'm gonna get. But that's because I really didn't forgive you. But what
Right,
is it that doesn't allow me to forgive you? Why? What is it that wants me to keep holding on to it? And not doing that stops your growth. Not letting the hurt go hinders your growth.
right, right, right. And here's
So.
the thing too. When you don't fully heal, you hindering yourself. You're when you don't fully heal, you're holding on to unforgiveness as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I had some, and here's the thing too. There are some people that will hurt you and they'll play the victim
Oh yeah,
as if they never did
definitely.
anything to you.
Or like you the crazy one and you did something.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like in those situations, it is so necessary that because I always say often, you are careful of who you cut off and who you're patient with. But I feel like people like that play the victim as if they did not inflict any pain. Those
Yeah.
are you need to disconnect from and pray from. I'm to the point now. Now, like I said, I have some healing to do, but there are certain situations that I am able to pray for that person. Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, I don't want to be in the presence of who I was molested by. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be in the presence of who I was raped by. I do
Mm-hmm.
not want to be in the presence of who I was sexually assaulted by. I do not want to be in their presence. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a point to where I can pray for them and wish for their success. And I know that I was in a good place, but there's certain things, certain people that have done some things that are repeat offenders. They
Mm-hmm.
keep doing things to agitate me. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
you want me to react, but I'm not giving you what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you expect, after a while, you expect a certain thing from me and expect me to react that way. But that shows my growth when I don't. Silence
Right.
kills people. Silence is the worst thing that you can give to some people. It's just
Right.
to KYMS, just to not to say nothing. I don't
Yeah.
I don't have to chase anything. If
Mm-hmm.
you did it to me and if that happened, okay, well, that's a lesson learned. um
Mm-hmm.
it's certain things, and never to say that something is easy, because just like you said, you was triggered that 2 seconds somebody did something. I said, well, hold on. But you'll end up giving somebody in a new relationship, whether it's a friendship, um um spouse, anything, you'll end up giving them something that they don't deserve. And it's only
Right.
because you're not dealing with the root of your problem. I know for
Right.
me, it wasn't necessarily relationships like men and like a man and a woman, but mine was more so friendships, because I'm real big on you not act, because I'm a person, I'm the same way. whether you see me in church and out, like I'm the same way.
Right.
If I'm gonna say something crazy or funny outside, I'm gonna say it. If I'm gonna talk about you, then I'm gonna talk about you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm that person. Like, don't switch up on me because I'm exactly the same. And I've had
Mhm.
friends that have done that or done something
Mhm.
or been in a situation where everybody makes me feel like I did something wrong. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
it'll come up again in a new relationship, and somebody's doing that, and I'm just like, oh no, this, that, and other, and I'm gonna cut them off, and this, you know what I'm saying? But you can't treat everyone the same. Everybody has
Right.
their own things that they're dealing with, but you have to be able to let your hurt go and forgive whoever did anything to you so that you can move forward in a different relationship, because everybody got problems. Everybody
Right.
got problems, and your problems don't supersede anybody else's problems.
Right. Let me go to Victor's comment. Victor says, I don't think
Oh,
anyone can
Victor.
Victor says, I don't think anyone can fully heal from the hurt. I think I may move past me wanting to hurt you, but the hurt I've experienced will take me in future relationships. I can somewhat agree to an extent.
To an extent,
Sharon
I
says,
can
"Hey, Sharon."
agree.
And Charlene says hello.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
you can
I'm
agree
sorry.
with what Victor said.
I can agree with the ending when it says that his experience will protect him from future me in the future relationships. Yeah, you're right. Because everything is a lesson learned. But to say that I can't get over a hurt, I feel like that's saying that you cannot grow as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Because I'm not gonna harbor something. That's just like saying, okay, my daddy hurt me, my mama hurt me, my cousin hurt me at the age of 14 and at the age of 45 because they did that, and I can't get over that hurt. Now
right,
at 45, oh well, it's because of what somebody did to me at 14. Well, that's no longer an
right,
excuse. You choose to
right,
you choose whether what you move on from. You choose what
right,
to work through. I'm not saying you
right,
have to forget it, but you have to work through it, because you won't
right,
get nowhere. Now you're in a stagnant place, and every time God brings that same test to you, you're gonna fail every time, because
right.
because in your what you said in your mind, I can't let go of that hurt.
Yeah. And you know what? When I came to visit you on Saturday, something you said to me made me realize, because you remember we had this conversation about what I had on, right? And you remember you said to me, I said that I felt like I attract toxic people, right? And do you remember you said to me, it's not about what you attract, it's what you entertain. I
Yes,
was like,
yes,
whoa.
yes. That is
What am I
definitely
entertaining?
true, because they do. They be like, oh, this is I think I just get toxic. No, it ain't that. It's just what you entertain. It's what you allow. It's what you know what I'm saying? That's something you like. You want it. So when you change your confession, when you change what you accept, then you'll change the people that you attract. Because after a while,
Right,
them toxic people don't want to be nowhere near you. Why? Because
right,
everything about me no longer attracts what's on them.
right,
So that's
right,
again when we have to be like, okay, so what is in me that identifies with what's in them? If I call them toxic and I attract toxic people, then what am I?
Woo! Am I? Yeah.
That's just and that's the truth, because I had to do the same thing with, well, why is it that I'm in my friendships, I'm attracting this same type of people and end up with the same result? Okay, so what is it in me that needs to be fixed so that I can stop attracting that, because clearly that's no good for me.
Right, right, right.
And
And I
that comes with,
noticed, go ahead, I'm sorry.
no,
Finish
you
your
go ahead.
thought.
No, you go ahead.
I
That
was
was
just
the
gonna
end of
say
my.
I'm noticing the pruning has started again to where people
Mm-hmm.
are just falling off. And then I'm gonna
You,
go back
I'ma slap you.
And Victor says, are we talking about growth or tolerance?
It's both.
I think it's yeah,
Because as you grow, your tolerance changes. That's just like when you're younger, you 20 something years old, you can deal with a 2-year old, a 3-year old. Okay, now I'm 50 something, my nerves done got bad. I can't deal with that 2-year old the same way. Growth,
right.
it's still maturing in the same thing. Not to say that, okay,
Absolutely.
I'll tolerate that hurt, but I know how to deal with that hurt if it comes, you know, about. And not to say that you have to, bring it in or whatnot, but I think it kind of goes hand in hand.
And Jason says it takes more to hurt a man. If you successfully hurt a man, we don't forgive as easy because it takes a lot to hurt us. Whew.
But
You know,
you're right. It don't take more to hurt a man. It Y'all don't take the hurt the same way, because we can do exactly what y'all do to us, but y'all can't take that hurt. So but go ahead now. That's a different story.
Natasha says you have to choose to forgive and move on because you will always feel trapped by what hurt you. You can't let that have control over your life. That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And then Stephanie says, absolutely. Kelsey and Angela Goodson, absolutely. Diaria says, woo child. She's speaking facts. But it's, ugh, whoa. That kind of stopped me in the tracks just they had me thinking when I left you on Saturday. I was like, wow, what have I been entertaining?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Victor says we call people toxic, but why though? In order to make a toxic substance, you have to mix it with something else. So with that being said, the person isn't toxic. Y'all together. What?
Y'all together are like y'all together are toxic. No, no, no,
Oh.
because you could come to me, fool. But go ahead. That ain't true.
Happy Born says, why do we as people always reflect back on things that hurt us? But we always say we're moving forward in life and focusing on things that's going on now. But we always get flashbacks of the old days.
We need them
For me,
flashbacks to remind us
yeah.
why did I how did I get here? Why did I, you know what I'm saying? What made me? You need those. I'm
Yeah.
gonna always remember, because if I don't remember how I felt when a certain situation came about, it's gonna repeat itself. I'm allow it to repeat itself.
Right.
So I have to remember how that made me feel. I have to remember what I did to get here and make sure that I don't do it again.
Right. And we have to realize, and Diaria says, you learn to not let the hurt control your life. That's absolutely true. And your mom says, no, it's
Mm-hmm.
mixed with anger, lying, betrayal, etc. equals toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. And see, for me, what I consider and everything she said, everything Prophet said is actually what I consider toxic. The lying, the betrayal, and you pretending to be something that you're not. Like you're putting
Mm-hmm.
on a facade, well, I'm this way, but then you act the total. I mean, it's like you're constantly switching up. Like I may be talking to you daily 1 minute, and then all of a sudden it's like
You
I
flip.
no longer exist to you. You know what I mean? And I used to think something was wrong with me, but like you
Mm-hmm.
said, it's what you're entertaining. And it's like
Yep.
now things that I used to find attractive, I don't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't.
me and Diaria was actually the one just talking about that, and that really comes from knowing who you are as a person, and not allowing. My mama says this all the time: make them come up, make him come up, make her come up, don't water yourself down. And that's in anything. That's with
Right.
knowing who you are. When I say, okay, I no longer accept this. Why? Because I'm better than this. I require
Mm-hmm.
better than this. I deserve better than this. But when you don't know who you are and you're still trying to figure out and find out your place, you'll accept anything.
Right. Right.
when you're
Right.
when you're looking for something to eat on to really satisfy you, but you don't know quite, you ever get that, be like, I want something but I just don't know what it is, you'll end
Yeah.
up taking a snack of everything, and it not being good for you,
Right.
because you're
Right.
looking for that taste, that, okay, that's what I wanted right there. But because I don't know what it is, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna eat here, I'm gonna eat there, I'm gonna keep tasting until I get that taste. But when it's truly, we have to ask God, okay, God, what is it that I'm missing? What is it that I'm looking for? Because it's something that only He can feel. It's a taste that only He can put in your mouth. And once He do that,
Right.
I'll say, oh, you'll say, okay, I know what I do not want that. You don't even got to taste it. You can smell it and look at it and tell that it is raunchy
Right. Right.
and go
Right.
left.
Right.
So that's with definitely knowing who we are.
Okay, Victor says no one wants to admit they are toxic. Well, let me rephrase that. Women don't want to admit. Victor, don't do this. Don't start with the women. Women won't admit that they are the reason why is men do what we do. We toxic. Victor,
Sir.
we're not finna do this, Victor.
No, not even. And so, listen, you've been hurt, boo. Come see harmony.com. Christianmingle.com, blackpeoplemeet.com. Call me. I got you because you hurt.
And Jason was asking, are we talking about friendships or relationships? And actually, and I think Diaria is answering both. That covers with friendships, romantic, and family. All of that.
It comes with relationship. It covers it all. Relationship, friendship, all of it.
Yeah.
Because regardless of who you're in a relationship with, it's still two people coming together to make something work.
Right. And Prophet says, no one can make anyone do anything. It's always a choice. It's just what you want to do. Not that a woman or man made you do it. That's true. Facts. Diaria says,
better tell him.
But here's the thing. One of my biggest things was, and when it came to romantic relationships and even in friendships, I would be like, well, if I'm good to this person, or if I'm doing things for this person from a pure place, why do they decide to lie to me? Why do they betray me? And it's like you can realize that, like, when it comes to friendships and even in romantic relationships, you can realize when it comes to friends, you can realize that you was that person's friend, but they were never yours. Like, because I'm really big on loyalty. I'm really big on trust. And and I'm like this. Say if I'm around someone and they come to me talking and, trying to bash your name to me, I'm that person. First of all, you cannot sway how I feel about that person because my experience and your experience is not the same. And the second thing is, if I consider that person my friend, I'm going to defend them in their absence. Now, don't come and tell me what somebody said. Tell me what you said to defend me.
Okay, girl, you all in me and Diaria conversations for the past week. I'm just saying.
And here comes Victor. Everyone has been hurt at some point in time. Healing is admiring that you accept your faults and see that no one can move you off of your truths. So just know that I know when someone is calling someone else something like toxic 10 times out of 10. Well, Victor, here's the thing. Like you said earlier, you said that when you call people toxic, it's basically something that, like you were saying, that it's something that we trigger, whatever. But I realized that there were some things that I needed to work on as far as I was concerned. There were some things that I realized that I need to work on. Because like when I went off, when y'all sent me that message and I went off, it's like God was showing me. He was like, nah, you say you opened it, but are you really? You said you forgive this person, but did you really? Why are you going off the handle like this if you're quote unquote supposed to be so healed? If you quote unquote let it go, why you were acting the way you were acting? And I was like, you know what? So God had to show me, and I will admit that. I will admit when I'm wrong, because I did not. Victor, did I not? I did apologize. I will admit when I'm wrong. But sometimes it takes that God has to show us ourselves. And sometimes we think we're over something when really we're not. And then Victor also says, times they are the ones that are toxic. Victor, I'm not going back and forth with you today. Diaria says, when you allow God in, he will give you what you need and desire in any relationship. That's facts. And Prophet says, yes, Tori. And she also says, yes, Victor. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We all have some healing to do, and we have to stop pointing the finger at who did what. Because here's the thing, and this is something I saw and I wrote it down. It's not our fault of what happens to us. It's not our fault, but it's our responsibility to heal. It's up to us whether we're going to hold on to the pain. And I was holding myself back from a lot because I was holding on to the pain. I wouldn't let it go. I kept saying, well, they did this to me. They did that to me. And even stuff that happened to me as a child. I was like, well, they did this, they did that. And I was holding on to the pain. And you can't do the pain. In order for you to heal, you got to let the pain go. And then Jason says men definitely can be hurt in relationships faster when certain things happen. But as far as friendships go, I think men have a lot less expectations when it comes to their male friends than females do with their friends. That's interesting. Did you see
That
that
is
comment?
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then Kabaya Christ. Oh, you're listening. Okay. I think that what that means. But I think we went, of course, like Chelsea was saying earlier, men can't handle things like
That women can.
we handle things differently. And women are are more emotional. And like me, I put up these walls and I put up these where I won't let anyone in at all. So I know I got some more healing to do because I found myself getting back to the place where I was just totally shutting out from the world. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I know I got some healing I got to do.
Yep.
But like I said, things will trigger me. That's why I know that I can't be on social media as much because some things I see will trigger me. So I
Mm-hmm.
know my limits. I know who I can and cannot talk to. I know
Mm-hmm.
where I cannot go. So now I just stay focused and just stay in the word. You have to. And I
Yeah.
noticed that a lot of people that I consider friends are falling off. They're falling by the wayside.
Girl, now that's the one right there. That's the one right there. They
Yeah.
falling like flies after you spray some fly spray. Okay. But like I was talking to my friend and my mom, I'd rather you leave now. I'd rather you drop off because especially when you know you're trying to get somewhere and I God, I want better. I want to do, you know what I'm saying? I know you got something else for me. And when he starts to allow those people to start falling off, it hurts. But you have to let that hurt go.
Right.
Sometimes that hurt don't does not feel good. And it comes with when you was like, let that hurt go. Well, that where it hit me because it was friends dropping off. It was people that I consider not just friends but family. You know what I'm saying? People in that I have literally taken into my life. I had to let that hurt go. I had to allow them to go and allow God to do whatever it is that he's going to do and be okay with it. Because what, like my mom was saying, or my daddy said it, if he brought me to it, if he brought me through it, he'll brought me to it. And if he brought me to it, he'll bring me back through it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's gonna come back around to me. Especially
Right.
when you come from a genuine place, when you want nothing from it. Then that's like in a relationship. When I don't look a relationship, whether it's a friendship, marriage or nothing, everybody be like, well, it's give and take. That's not true. Really, it's more give than take. You're constantly giving yourself, but you expect the person that's you're giving it to do the same thing, to give
Mhm.
themselves to you, whether it's loyalty, time. If I'm giving my loyalty, my time, my money, my, you know what I'm saying, my phone, just picking up my phone, you know what I'm saying, that stuff like that, I expect back. And when they don't do that, or when you feel like you're the one that's constantly giving, and you're just not, it's draining you, you got to let that hurt go.
Right.
You
Right.
just you got to be okay with taking your hands off of it and saying, okay, God, I give it to you.
Right. And let me see what Victor said. He wrote a paragraph. He says
Look, I'm trying to get my phone.
Jason, once a man shows any kind of emotion or takes a stance on anything, he's either aggressive, toxic, or one of those bad objectives women like to use. Just admit men are supposed to be unemotional creatures who takes whatever life throws at them and not complain. That is not the case, Victor. And Victor also says, I want to cry sometimes, but I can't because you will make a Facebook post about me and tell your friend. See, here's the thing. Victor, I will say this to you. The right woman will allow you to cry because the right woman is going to understand that you have feelings too. The right woman is going to know that you hurt too. The right woman is going to know, especially being a black man and in today's world, you already
Mm-hmm.
got to fight with the world. We don't want
I'm
you to have
trying
to
to read
come
his
home and fight
comment.
us as well. We're supposed to be your backbone, be understanding. So the
Yep.
right woman is going to allow you to cry, and it's not going to make it. I feel like that you gotta be
Sorry,
turn it
girl.
down.
I don't know why. I was trying to turn it off, but it wouldn't.
But basically, Victor, the right one will allow you to be who you are. They're not gonna throw it up in your face. They're not gonna do that. And I
Nope,
tell and
they're
I try
not.
to be there for, anytime I'm in a relationship. It's been a while, y'all. Lord. But when I'm in a relationship, I allow that person I'm with to express themselves. And sometimes you cry. Men have to cry too. I don't believe in that because I don't like when, especially when
Yeah.
parents have sons, be like, man up. No. Let that child be a child. Let them express themselves the way they need to express themselves. And Prophet says,
Mm-hmm.
real women appreciate tears from men. Absolutely. We definitely do. And Victor says, sometimes I want to cry just because if I do, you're going to call me crazy. No, I'm not. I'm not.
At
Victor,
all.
you know how we roll. You already know. You call me anytime. I don't play like that. No. If you need to cry, you have to cry. Let it out. But like I said, the right woman, matter of fact, Prophet said it best. Real women appreciate tears from
Mm-hmm.
men. That's real women are gonna appreciate the tears. They're not doing. And here's the
It,
thing: when you're running to Facebook to post something, that tells me right there that you're not in control of your own emotions when you got to run to a
mm-hmm.
Facebook. And I ain't gonna lie, I did it. I've been there where I would get in my feelings and run to Facebook. Now, let me tell you something. If
Right.
I get, if I get in my feelings, Facebook is the last thing I need to be on because I'm not gonna put. You'll never know how I feel these days. Now, back then, when I was immature and didn't know how to deal with my emotions, yeah, I would do a,
Mm-hmm.
a subliminal post, say something like that, and yeah, they knew who I was throwing the dagger at. Yeah, they knew who I. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But now I have matured and I don't do that anymore. Instead, now
Mm-hmm.
I just pray for
It's
the
not
person.
necessary. Yeah,
It's
and
not.
then because Victor, this is all I'm gonna say. Um, I think you need to change the toxic women you're attracting. The toxic women you're attracting, Victor, because ain't no way. Mm-mm. Um, yeah, we don't have a problem. Real women don't have a problem. I'd rather you cry and express yourself. My biggest thing is communication. You gotta communicate. Don't have me thinking or guessing what you thinking, because then I'm gonna go around the corner, up the street, down the street, back again, loop around, and then come back. And by the time I get back, can't nobody tell me nothing. So
Right.
I'm open. I like a man who can express themselves, whether it's crying or whatever the case may be. But I think that's definitely with the women that you go after. Definitely the women that you go after.
And Jason talking about don't do it, Vic. It's a setup. No, it's not, Jason. It's not a setup. I promise you, it's not. And he's
Not at
about, I know
all.
that they probably got a camera on me. No, Victor, we did not have a camera on you. Express yourself.
Yep.
What I look like you and I, Victor, you and I are good friends. What I look like, you already know. Like if you come to me about something, it's between you and I. That's just how I roll, and that's
Mm-hmm.
just how I am in my friendships and my relationships. That's just how I am. If you come to me and talk to me something in confidence, that's between you, me, and you. Me, that's me. And I don't. I never betray a person's trust, even if I don't talk to this person anymore. There's people that I'm no longer friends with, and they blasted my business. But I
Mm-hmm.
have integrity, but I'm not gonna do them. I'm not gonna do to them like they did me. That's just not my
Like
thing.
yeah. And I'd be like, Lord, because the truth of that is, and what I am learning, regardless of what people do or how people treat you, I still have to be who I am.
Right,
I still have to be who I am. I still have to because what good am I if I'm gonna stoop down to your level? Granted, my
right.
flesh and everything in me from the top of my head to my toes probably want to, you know, let you have it, but I can't do that. I have to still
Right.
stay true to who I am, and there's still a place that I need to be at, and that God's trying to
Mhm.
get me to. And if I keep failing this test, I'm not gonna get there. Like when things that's another thing that I'm learning. When things happen, I know God is showing me who I am and what's in
Right.
me and what needs to be in me. Yeah, He's showing me them, but people are gonna be people.
Right.
People gonna lie, people gonna manipulate, people gonna, you good one day. It's just how people are. But God has said, are you still gonna be true to who you are? Are you still gonna be
Right.
who I called you to be, regardless of how because I'm gonna handle them.
Right.
And I
Right.
think that's another thing with us holding on to hurt, because I feel like you got me. I feel like you know, I'm one that ooh, I should have said that. And if I ain't said it, I'm mad. I'm mad at myself. I said, ooh, I should have said that. Or I can't believe I just ain't said nothing. I ain't let nobody, but God said, well, I'm showing you who I'm calling you to be. It doesn't require you to always say something.
Right.
Sometimes you just have
Right.
to be like, okay, God, all right, I'm gonna let that hurt go. Yeah, because I'm trying to get you somewhere, but you can't.
Right.
But you can't get there because you want to be so, ooh all the time, and you want to
Right.
always have a comment, and you always want to have a rebuttal. And I'm a person like that. Like I always have something to say. Always. But God's
Right.
working with me on that, because everything does not require you to say something.
Right.
Sometimes you just have to KYMS. And that is
Right.
the hardest thing to do. I will cry because I can't say what I want to say. Well, cry, baby, and I could just hear God. Well, cry, baby, and keep your mouth shut. Let me handle it. And it ends up so much better than if I would have said what I wanted to say and ended up putting my foot all the way down my throat, out my pinky toe.
And it's easy for me not to say anything. Now, when I don't say anything, a lot of times you could tell that's what I'm hurt the most. When I shut down. And when I don't say anything, that's when I'm really hurting. Really hurting when
Mm-hmm.
I don't say anything. And Victor says, hold on, let me see. Oh, let me say something to this person right here. Kabiyah Christ Jackson says, what would he be crying for if you're doing your job as a wife? Okay, I'm not a wife, but I desire to be a wife. But when it comes to relationships, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's something that they are doing wrong. Life happens.
Yeah.
They could have lost
Yep.
someone, because I've been in a relationship before where the guy he had lost someone dear to him, and he cried about it. And
Mm-hmm.
instead of, and I was trying to be there for him, but he like pushed me away. I just, because sometimes you don't say things, you just be there. So it's not
Yep.
necessarily meaning that they're doing
That.
something wrong. Life just happens. It could be
Yeah.
anything that they
And
may
then,
need to talk about.
and I'm married. I have a husband, and there are
Yeah.
things that, even though you're husband and wife, you go through and you struggle with separately,
Hmm.
internally, because you
Yeah.
had a life and a struggle before me, and I had a life and a struggle before me. And necessarily, just because crying doesn't always mean that something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People think, oh, that you crying, you say, well, not, but in the sense of what Victor is saying, he was saying crying because sad. But it's not just necessarily that I'm not doing my job if my husband cries. He has
Right.
things, that he deals with, and he deals with them a different way. I have
Hmm.
things that I deal with, and I deal with a different way. So it doesn't mean
Right.
just because I'm crying, or I'm having a moment of weakness, doesn't mean he's not doing his job as a husband. Not doing
Right.
your job as a husband would be what's happening during and after the cry.
Right.
That's what defines
Right.
the husband and the wife. Not the reason of why
Right.
you're crying, but okay, so what is it? What can I do to make us feel better? What how can I fix this? What you need? Because if I have a moment of breaking down, my husband's like, okay, what's wrong? What you need? Like, what's wrong? It's just sometimes I'm just like, I just need a moment, just to, whether that's just rubbing my back because I'm just having
Yeah.
having a moment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that he's not doing his job as a husband. That just means I'm just having one of my moments,
Right. Right.
personal
Right.
moments.
Right. And Victor says, I know, Tori, you're a good friend. Thank you. Thank you, Victor. I got your back. And your mom was saying this earlier, KYMS. It just so happened when she typed that, you said it.
Oh,
And then Kabiya says, if the man is not happy with you, how will you handle it without you crying too? If the man is not happy with you, how will you handle it without you crying too?
and the man not happy with me. We not together, so I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah. I'm confused by that. And then Diaria says that too, said what you were saying. Crying doesn't mean something is wrong. And
Mhm.
Kabia Christ Jackson also says the woman should be already married to God, her first husband. Now I agree with that.
Mhm.
And Prophet says tears don't have to come from something's wrong. They could be tears of joy. Absolutely. Diaria
Yep.
says you can cry because you're happy. Yep. And Jason says, men are always taught not to cry from a very young age. Most people never teach their son that it's okay to cry. Eventually, you don't even know how to cry anymore. I'll laugh in sad moments. And that's one thing, I'm glad you said
Mhm.
that because that's one of the things that I tell my son often. I tell him because sometimes my son does the things that I do. Like sometimes he'll shut down, but I'll tell him it's okay to cry. It's okay to express yourself. And I said there's things that you don't want to talk to your mom about, but he has male mentors in his life that he can reach out to if there's certain things that he needs to talk about. Because one thing
Mhm.
I will share, even though he doesn't let me know or tell me, but I could tell sometimes he feels bad that his father's not in his life. And
Mhm.
I tell him, I said, you have male role models, but sometimes with boys, they want their father there. And
Mhm.
I just tell him, my constant thing that I tell him is that you forgive him regardless. You love him regardless, whether he's there or not. I teach him to love regardless because you cannot have control over how someone treats you, but you have control over how you respond to it. So I
Mhm.
tell him to always walk away in love and respond in love because that's how God wants us to respond in love. So I teach my son to cry, express himself, and I teach him to just love on people, whether they
Mhm.
love him back or not, just to love on people. And
Mhm.
I had to get to that point because I ain't gonna lie, I went through a phase where I was angry. But here's the thing: when it came to that situation, I never talked bad to my son. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I
Yeah.
always taught him to love because some parents
Mhm.
you can talk bad about the other parent. That's something that I will never do.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
might have my own little personal thoughts, but I'm not
Okay, and
gonna
I might go into that room
right.
and let it loose. But he ain't gonna hear it. He gonna think you better than Santa Claus.
And then what?
But
Let me
everybody
see.
know.
Let me make sure okay. And then Victor says the thing is, if I cry, don't bring it up later, especially during an argument. If you call me a crybaby, I'm gonna throw your wig out the window. Don't do that thing. And you would
I
do that too.
look, I wouldn't bring it up during an argument, but if you try to, joke around and throw some now hold on now. What you just cry? Now I'd be good for that. Cause like me and my husband joke a lot. Like we be throwing. I'd be like, let's not go there.
Victor wrong for that time I throw your wig.
Right.
And Caviar says, seems if the man is not happy with his woman, he could never tell her because she will cry. Um,
I don't
why
think
not?
I hold on. What did he say it again?
Okay, seems if the man is not happy with his woman, he could never tell her because she will cry.
Well, I think if for a man to not be able to tell his girl what makes him unhappy in a relationship, then the relationship won't be successful because you have to be able to say, okay, I don't like this, I do like this. You have to learn each other. It's sometimes it's a hard truth to take.
Yeah,
There's some things that my husband done told me about myself, and I'm like, but it was a hard truth that I had to take, and I really had to reflect. Me like, dang, Chelsea, you really I can see that. I can understand. I can get that. I can cry.
yeah,
I can't cry if it makes me upset, but it's whether am I going to make the change after the cry.
right,
I don't
right,
necessarily think, yeah, you can tell me something. I can cry if I want to if my feelings hurt. Like I
yeah,
can I can be able to cry, but am I going to make
right.
that change and am I going to do something different to make this work after?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you feel like, well, I just can't tell you nothing because every time you're gonna cry, then you'll need to be in this relationship because you're gonna be miserable or you're gonna go cheat.
Right, right.
You're gonna go find what you're looking for somewhere else. So
Yes.
I don't think that can't be something in a relationship.
And Jason says, I almost cried when my son was born and stopped myself because it felt weird. Jason, that's like the time you do cry.
Right. That's your one
That's like a
pass. If you
yeah,
have to get a
that's
pass.
yes, that's tears of joy. And Victor says, Jason, I know exactly how you feel. I got to do that in private. Crying is definitely not something we do together. We can pray together, but we can't cry together. Yes, you can. You can cry together. And
I'm
Kabiya
gonna
says,
feel
I
some
told my
way if
ex-wife I
I'm
was
ugly crying and you don't cry.
and Kabiya says, I told my ex-wife I was not happy in the marriage after 22 years. She packed up my kids in the middle of a live broadcast 4 years ago, still waiting to talk. Wow.
Still, well, that's her
Woo.
bitterness. That's that
Yeah.
that's her bitterness and her issues. But you still don't compromise. You don't water yourself
Yeah.
down or
Right.
anything in a relationship because you're scared. Oh, this person's gonna hurt my feelings, so I can't say this, and they're gonna take everything. Well, then you that person just wasn't for you.
Yeah. And he said
You
it
know,
the truth
and
part.
me, my two boys. That's sad.
I hate that
Yeah,
happened to you.
yeah.
Vic
Me too.
and Victor says, "Oh wow, but why would you do that on a live broadcast and not tell her in the privacy of your home? That was crucial, bro. I would leave too if my wife did that to me." And Coco says, "Hey y'all, hey Coco." And Kabiya says, "I teach on social media now for 10. Okay, so you've been teaching on social media. Okay."
Mm,
And Kabiya Christ says, see why I needed God. And he says, all good. But that was a painful situation. But I'm
mm-hmm.
sorry that happened to you. But in I feel like that situation needs healing as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, I was live when she left me. Wow. Whew. That's a lot. I
Yeah.
don't even know how to
Well, yep.
respond.
That's healing. But that's like you said, that's healing as well. And even not to just say if you were to get into another relationship or whatever the case may be, you're not going to be able to effectively communicate with her because you're still holding on to, well, when I try to communicate with my wife, she did this, that, and the other. Well, that's still not letting that hurt go. It
Right.
falls all underneath the same thing. Letting hurt go doesn't feel good. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It don't feel good. It doesn't always feel good. It's not always something
Right.
that's you're gonna be like God gonna do tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, well here's something else that's just gonna make you feel better. No, sometimes you
Right.
have to work through that. You have to process it so that way when something comes up again, you know how to handle it. You know how to treat it,
Right.
and you won't allow
Right.
that one thing to ruin something. Why? Because I didn't deal with that hurt in the last situation. So instead of me dealing with it in this one, I'm just gonna run from it. I'm not gonna deal with it.
Right.
And it's easier for
Right.
us to say, well, I just rather, and I was talking to my mother because I'm a person that I'm just like, well, I just rather not deal with it. Like I'm
Mhm.
one that once I shut down, I shut down. Once I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to deal with it. But that's not right. That's not right. Because what if God did that to me?
Right.
We have to really, really be mindful, and be aware of, okay, where is God trying to get me? I don't want to have to do this same thing over and over again because I'm not doing it right the first time, or I'm not letting, you know what I'm saying? I think it's
Right.
just, it's something that you truly have to work on, but it'll yeah, you'll end up repeating the cycle
Yeah.
and ended up miserable if you don't say nothing, because I'm gonna say something.
And let me
I'm
go
a
back to
person.
some of the you a person that does what? What you was about to say? Finish your thought.
Oh, I got to say something. I got to let you know. I can't go to sleep. Listen, I can't go to sleep if something is on my mind. Hey, let me tell you something. Hold on. You asleep? You awake? That's in a friendship. I feel like I need to tell you what's on my mind, then I can go to sleep and we can talk about it tomorrow.
And let me go back to his last few comments. He said, helping the collective heal. And he said, wait, no projections. And he says, I only come and give my test eye money to help the collective heal. Doesn't mean that is a current energy. Okay. And then Coco says that part was hard for me because I was so easy to shut down anything and anybody. I definitely had to pray hard that God delivered me from that. And Coco, that's something that honestly, that's something that I still struggle with because I still have my moments where I shut down. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
a couple of months ago when I had Victor on, and I remember him saying to me, because I went through a phase where I was in one of my moods of my shutdown, and I remember him saying to me, how much that hurt because he was just wanting to make sure I was okay. And it's like I'm looking at my phone ring, I'm looking at the text messages coming through, but because I'm having my moment, or because I choose to shut down, I was not answering my phone. I was not answering my text. I wasn't responding. And he said, well, I just want to make sure you was okay. He said, it really hurt my feelings. So I have to work on that because I'll get in my mood and you don't even know if I'm okay because I can go days without answering my phone. And I
Mm-hmm.
still do that sometimes. I'm getting better, but I still do it. That's something that I got to work on. I shut down
Shouldn't.
bad. Yeah, I shut
And
down
see,
bad.
and talking helps not shut down. Or talking also makes you come out of it because, like for me, when I shut down, it's because I done played the entire scenario out in my head. I done argued. I'm mad. I done thought about something that probably done happened umpteen weeks, umpteen days ago that done added on top of the real reason why I'm mad. When all I had to do was talk, and if it's somebody that I truly trust, like my mom, or she'll be like, okay, well, she'll help me bring it back. Like, so you really don't have a reason to shut down, or this isn't a reason to do this, because with what I've once you shut down and do all of this, then you come back and be like, okay, I'm good now. But then now you expect, for example, now you expect Victor to be like, okay, yeah, you can talk to me again. I'm good. You done, yeah, sure. Come on back. But it's like, well, dog, you just stopped talking to me for 4 or 5 days. But it's because
Right.
what you go through does not stop everybody, the world around us. It doesn't stop, from what I'm okay. Yeah, I go through stuff too, but I could still let you know you okay. But then he would be wrong if he'd be like, okay, I can't do that because every other you be going through your moods, and I don't know if you laying on the floor dead somewhere, and this, you know what I'm saying? So that's just something that we have to be aware of.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
because because then you look at him like, well, you know how I am. Well, you being who you are, quote unquote, does not justify what you do because it doesn't make it right.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Victor, don't let her do that no more. Tell her next time you do that, it's gonna cost you y'all friendship.
Don't do that, Chelsea.
Tell her. So I dare you to not answer the phone. You better get on the phone and hum if you need to, and hang up. I got your back,
Hey,
Victor, just this
And Victor
once.
says, this is a great show. You ladies opened my eyes to some things. He said, I'm still not going to cry around y'all, but it's all love here. Victor, you can cry around me. I'm not going to tell nobody.
She got to
And
answer the phone to cry.
Caveat says, hey, Tori, did you ever check out them chalk? I was telling you, chalk. I don't know what that is. I don't
Chakras
think that's,
is chakras.
yeah, I don't know what that means. And then Jason says, don't cry, bro. Only at funerals. Jason, he
But
can cry,
funerals,
Jason.
depending on like who, what, how, a lot be going on at funerals. A lot. So it'd be hard to, as soon as I want to cry, here comes somebody just doing something off. And you just be like, Lord Jesus. Your mouth start to wiggle a little bit because you want to laugh. I'll just,
Right.
it'd be them funerals.
Right. And Miss Rayvon says, hello. Hey, Miss Rayvon. And Miss Rayvon also says, real men cry. They
That's
do.
right.
They do. And DR says, because I might laugh.
Okay, DR, you are in. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
Especially
my
funerals in the
goodness.
South. Funerals in the South is completely different. Like the
Yeah.
real South with a SOUF. Here.
And Coco said, "Oh, you know what? My bad. I'm calling you what we call you, Carnithia." Says
Right.
Chelsea's face tells it all, even behind the mask.
Girl, don't sit by me. Mm-mm. Don't do it.
Dad, this has been good. This has been really, and then it's been an hour already. Oh my god! And
Yes.
Cabio says all goes down in the Ville. Is that Hartsville or Timminsville? Which Ville? And Jason
Which
says, "How
Bill?
y'all?" He said, "How y'all feel a man crying during movies?" Jason, they can cry doing. Well. Let me say this:
Depend on the
if
movie.
depending on
I'm just kidding.
if it's one of those movies like God, what's the movie that make you cry? Heaven is for real. And then what's that movie where the little boy, you remember the little boy, he drowned, but they brought him back to life?
I don't
Breakthrough.
want. I don't watch movies like
Breakthrough.
that.
Movies like that, you will, Chelsea, you a thug Christian. You like them killer movies.
Yeah, I like stuff with shooting, and I need you to slice him, and I need a serial killer or six. That's what I like.
And see, I can't watch movies like that. I watch like Breakthrough, Jason. That's a movie, and Heaven is for real. Stuff like that. We expect you to cry. You cry with us, we cry together. So
Or
it's
like
cool.
if we watching Grey's Anatomy, because I cried on. I don't care how many times I've seen it. We can cry with
Oh,
Grey's Anatomy.
I can stick with Coco. Okay, all right. I thought that was the in-house thing. Okay, all right, Coco. And then Jason about me. Yeah, I got you, Jason. Wait a
Yes, you
minute.
can,
Let's see. And Cabell says
Victor.
Hartsville. Okay. I stay away from Hartsville.
Yeah.
And he says beaches. And Victor says, notice how women saying they want a crybaby man in private, but a masculine man in public. You can't have both.
Yes, you can. Just like you can have a classy girl with a little bit of ratchet.
Right. I
You
want
know,
to be the little
you can,
spoon. I want to be the little spoon sometimes. You
Victor.
get on my
You know
nerves.
what? You're running now. You about to be X-aid right now.
And Jay said, nah, but Pursuit of Happiness was kind of sad though, but I didn't cry.
I
Jason,
didn't
that
cry on that
well,
one. I didn't cry on
have you
Pursuit of
seen that one?
Happiness. Yeah, I ain't.
They had a moment in there was sad.
Now I did cry when they killed John Wick's dog on that, but
See, I
it's an
don't know nothing
action
about
movie.
John Wick. I don't watch that
It's
kind
an
of
action.
stuff.
It's an action movie, so that's
No,
why you know me.
no,
I like the little
no,
murder, kill during the movie.
no. I don't
Keep it
see.
action.
I don't watch that kind of stuff. But I had Kadarius. I had my son watching a movie the other day because I like romance. It's either for me. My brother always tell me, you always watch these black love stories or
Okay,
either
a note to
romance or
Jordan or
talking
whatever
about
that movie called.
Listen, that I haven't seen. Kadarius was asking about that today, and I actually want to see that movie. But the only reason why I didn't see it yet is because I was hoping that it was going to be on the HBO Max, but I'm not ready to go to the movie theater yet. So that's the only way I haven't seen that yet. But I still want to see that
Oh.
movie. And
Mm-mm.
then Victor said, "Oh, I was going to say yesterday, me and Kadarius was watching a movie. He said, that's a romance movie." And I say, he's a nah, I ain't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. But
Exactly.
guess what though? He started watching the movie and he ended up like, he said, "Oh, this movie pretty good." He said,
No, because me
I
and
want to watch."
Kadarius like the murder, kill movies. We be talking about that. Okay, we need
Listen,
action.
I had him watching one yesterday. He liked it. So I said, okay. And Victor says, Marvin, Tony, your brother in here crying. Don't do that. And Jason talking about Wick went fool after that though.
Exactly. You don't kill the man dog. You got to watch that movie.
The dog though?
Yeah, it was so. I'm an animal person, so I was really sad on that part because they could have just they
Oh.
had to kill the dogs. But
And
you
he's
know,
about
like
man. He thought Mad Lion King almost got me as a kid.
no, for real though. When he died, that right
Lion
there
King,
ball in the back of the
yeah.
throat. Hmm.
Yeah, Lion King. Now Lion King
Was
did
not for kids. A
yeah.
lot of these movies now are really, you
Yeah.
think
That,
back, really
yeah.
probably
And
wasn't something we should
I
have.
was mad. I still get mad about Lion King though. How
Me too.
Mufasa did his brother like that. I
You
still get
know,
mad about Lion
Pe-
King.
people do like that in real life every day.
Man, and then there's another movie. Speaking of movies, what Jason said, y'all know that movie, Best Man Holiday.
Didn't cry.
You didn't cry?
I was expecting. Everybody was like, "You cried?" I cried, and I was waiting on it. And I was like, "They." I guess if she would die surprisingly, like if I didn't know it, but you could feel that it was coming. The shocking deaths is what gets me, not when you know
Oh,
it.
I
You
still
just
cry
knew it.
like I still snot and cry on that movie. I mean, I had to make myself not watch that. That's like one of my Christmas movies that I watch, and I had to make myself literally not to watch it this past Christmas.
I cried to
Like, Tori,
Grey's Anatomy.
don't do
That's
that to
about it.
yourself. And then
I cried
Coco
to
said,
Grey's
"I did.
Anatomy.
I'm sorry to see. I did. I'm sorry, but to see Morris fall out at that grave got me. It felt real. Coco, right? That's what messed me up when Morris. Oh my God! Listen,
I think I cried when she sung. That was more touching to me than when.
really? No,
Yeah.
I'm with Coco when Morris fell out like that. And matter of fact, when the man cries like that, nah, we'll give you a pass when you crying like that at a funeral. We'll give you a
Yeah.
cry. We'll give you a pass because he was hurt. He had loved it her. He had loved it her.
Hmm. A lot. A lot. He almost threw a man off of the balcony for her.
And dear Diaria says, I don't cry either. What wrong with y'all?
Not on that. Not on stuff like that. Mm-mm. Grey's Anatomy. That's probably it. That'll
Now,
get me.
Diaria, you watch some thug movies too. You a thug Christian too?
We like murder, murder, kill, kill movies.
Oh no, I
Slicing and
can't do it.
dicing.
And Jason is Martin getting shot in the back with that.
Jason, that's now listen. Ricky, Ricky
Oh
death was worse. Okay, now
God. No, y'all
that was
didn't go back to
sad.
Boys in the Hood.
That was sad right there. Now I did cry on that one. Now you right about
Oh,
that.
and here go Victor talking about I cry every time Tyler Perry puts on a dress. You know what, Victor?
Victor, you know what? You're about to be done.
DRS says not for that, but I'm a crybaby at times. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, she definitely
Prophet
is.
left. Y'all took it all the way to the left, but this is really good. This is really
Hold
good.
on,
This
did
is
you
really
see
good.
Boys in the Hood?
Yes. Chelsea, don't do that. Don't play me on live. Don't
I'm
do
not.
that.
I was just no, really, honestly, I was just asking. I was just asking because
I see Boys in the Hood,
whew,
Chelsea. Okay. Don't do me
okay,
like that.
just making sure because we know
You know,
if
there's a lot of
if
movies
you,
I haven't seen, but I have
oh
seen Boys
Jesus,
in.
yep,
Don't do
Black
me
Card
like
need to
that
be
on the live.
revoked.
And Coco says, Victor, I'm a log out. Lord have mercy. It's been an hour already. But Chelsea, any
Yes.
final words before y'all made me laugh. I needed this because I felt myself like the beginning of honestly transparent moment at the beginning of the year coming in, well, towards the end of December, coming into
Hmm.
2022, I felt myself drifting into a dark place. So I needed this laughter just now. And
Yes.
December, and for me, December is a hard month for me because I lost some people near and dear to me in the month of December. So December and January are hard months for me because I'm thinking about some lost loved ones during the holidays. So I just really want to just be in the in a just in a blanket, just cry. Like
Hmm.
I'd be so ready for Christmas to be over. And some people like, I love Christmas.
Really?
I'd be ready for Christmas to be over. I don't yeah.
I think it goes by too quick.
No, I think it goes by too slow. I'd be ready for it to be over. And then Charlotte says, Lord, I'm going through donations and listening to y'all. I'm glad you laughed. And Kavya said, just study a man's life, and I'm sure you will cry after you hear his story. And that everybody has some very powerful stories. And the other
Hmm.
thing I wanted to say, I came across this post earlier today, and in regards to healing, I wanted to read this. It says the final stage of healing is using what happens to you to help other people out. So a lot of times
Oh
we
yeah.
go through the pain and it bursts our purpose, and we don't go through what we go through sometimes for, for ourselves. We go through it in order to help people, that's going
Mm-hmm.
to go through the same things across that path. So when you're able to help people from your pain, that's when you have to get to the healing.
Effectively help people.
Yeah,
Like
right.
effectively, not coming out of a bitter place or a
Right,
and because
right,
it's easy to be like, oh girl, I woulda. Because even with me talking and certain things, with me you talk and you say
right,
you be like, Chelsea, I be like, I woulda, I know you did. We done talk. I was like, girl, you crazy, I
right,
woulda. But you taught me something because you said it. You was like, I'm still gonna be who I am. And I was like, you know what? That's because it takes a very strong person to still, how am I word this?
bye, Jason.
See y'all later. Say you later, Jason. It's hard to still be who you are when you know someone is playing in your face. You know what I'm saying? It's still hard to be okay when you really want to be like, okay, well, you went left, so I should go left on you too. But to say, okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm still gonna be, because at the end of the day, God gonna handle them. And like that's something that I'm learning now. But I definitely struggle with it because, like I said, I'm one that want to be like, okay, hold on now, who you who you playing with? But that's not it's just not my fight. It ain't our battle. It's just
Right, right,
KYMS.
right, right. And I'm gonna look at the
Yep.
next couple of comments before we get up out of here. Kabia says, "Faith above ain't my reason. This season, you never know." And then Coco says, with the exclamation mark, because she was agreeing with what you saying. What were you saying? So, I mean, it took me a long time. Well, I'll just say, in my uh probably mid 30s, I started to get to that place. But definitely in my 40s, it's just I'm unbothered. But like in my 20s, when I was in college, man, you hurt me, I'm coming for your neck, I'm coming to hurt
Mm-hmm.
you back, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just like, it's whatever, I let God deal
Yeah.
with it. And I'm like I said, I'm to the point
You
now where
literally say that all the time. It's whatever. I let God deal with that. That need to be your slogan because you say that. It's whatever. I just let. Ooh, Jesus,
yeah.
that'd be hard. Like, God, I
I
know you're gonna
mean,
deal with it, but I got one thing to say. That's how I be feeling.
no,
Let me just say this one thing. Let me just get this out, and then you can do whatever it is you're gonna do. And then he's just like, well, what
no.
you about to say about to cancel out everything I'm about to do?
Right, right, right. So I just encourage everyone to just get the healing that you need in order to get where God needs you to be. And it's okay if you have to seek professional help, because a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
people don't want to seek professional help, but sometimes it's necessary. So
Mm-hmm.
get the healing that you need. And like I was saying at the beginning of the show, make sure you tell people how much you love him, how much you love them, and show them, not just tell them, but show them. Because like when I first came to Strong Tower, I didn't know how to accept genuine love,
And we
because
love a lot there.
I was so used to the betrayal. I was so used to the backbiting
Mm-hmm.
that, there's people that'll look at me like, Tori, you good? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm all right. But they could look at me and tell me that I'm not good. But I'd
Mm-hmm.
be like, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm able to receive it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on
Mm-hmm.
that. But
Yeah.
I'll give you love all day long, but I'm still working on receiving that love back.
Yeah. Because you be
If that
waiting on
makes
that
sense.
pin to drop. You be waiting on the
Right.
okay,
Right.
now what is it? Because it's always been okay, after effect.
Right.
But
Right.
don't expect
Right.
that. But that's still
Right.
in a sense holding on to hurt, not letting it go.
Right. Right.
Because
So
you can't to expect the same thing all the time out
right.
of you know what I'm saying? And God
Yeah.
forbid if it does happen, okay, God. That doesn't mean to throw my wall back up or to revert exactly back. It's just okay, God, what did I need to learn in this moment that make sure I don't do it again? Or I'm not
Right.
back into this moment. It's because when we put up a wall, we stop things from coming in and stop things from coming out.
Right.
You It's both ways. So if I'm stopping you from coming in, I'm stopping God from coming in. I can't pick and choose what I want in, because God will use different things to bring it to you. But if you thinking it's coming in one way, God said, no, I just brought it to you in this way, but you rejected it because you won't let that go. You're expecting this to be exactly like the last situation, and it's not.
Right. Right.
So I
Exactly.
definitely encourage everyone to please, you know, and letting the hurt go sometimes hurts.
Say that part again. It does.
Yeah, letting the hurt go sometimes hurt. I had to let some hurt go, and oh Jesus, but I know God said if you don't let it go, you won't. I'm trying to get you to a place. It ain't gonna feel
Yeah.
good, but I'm gonna take care of you at the end. But it has to go through a process first.
Yeah.
Your hurt
And
has to go through a process.
yeah. And Victor says I need to come back to Strong Tower. Come on back.
Come on back to the tower where we love you to life.
Right. But y'all, it's been a pleasure. Chelsea always gonna drop some
Yes.
jewels. And of course, before we leave, drop that business. Matter of fact, we're gonna make sure you put the link in the comments as well. But
Okay, I'm
make
gonna do it right
sure
now.
you also mention your business again as well. And drop the link in the comments. Ms. Rayvon says, trust God even when you can't trace him. Absolutely, Ms. Rayvon. And Jaquita says,
Yep.
awesome show, ladies. Thank you, Quita.
Thanks.
I call Quita May. I probably won't post it on a live, but
Child, Quita a whole. That's a whole beast right there, boy. I tell you,
thank you so much, Charlene. Charlene says great conversation tonight. Thank you, Charlene.
Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna put it in the comments. You said put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Boom.
Thank you, Prophetess. The yes, awesome show. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to when you guys are on the show as well. I already got a
Oh
topic
yes,
for
that's.
y'all.
Now I thought
Woo-hoo-hoo.
you didn't you don't you have to pray on you? You already done prayed and consecrated on the
Listen,
topic.
listen, I already know because that needs this what I'm battling right now.
Yeah.
I need them to come with the word with it. Cause yeah, I'll tell you when we sign off. Cause let me tell you something. The attacks are coming at me.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
I think they're coming at everyone. If you're in that vein that God
Yes.
wants you to be, everything is happening to everybody at the same time. That's how you know
Yeah.
when you're connected. That's how you know when you're falling in line, because it'd be like, okay, when we talk, it'd be like, okay, I know I ain't crazy then, because
Yeah.
yeah, it's different situations, but the same thing happening. But that's how you know you're in the right vein.
Yes.
Because if don't nothing happen to me, or if
Mm-hmm.
everything just peachy keys, then I'm looking like, okay, so I feel like I'm pleasing the devil. So why he ain't attacking me? Why he ain't, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
but, but when, especially when we're all under the same house, and we trust me, you ain't the only one. So clearly something is happening.
Right. And Miss Monica and Elder Mike says, awesome ladies. Diara says, very good. Love the show. Thank you, Diaria. And Diaria also said, yes, Chelsea, with what you were saying. And Mr. Samuel says, y'all go ahead. Thank you for watching, Mr. Samuel Pops. Thank you for watching. But you guys, I'm telling you, like I said, when I tell you when we sign off, I'm gonna tell you exactly what
Okay,
it
well,
is. And it
let's
has to
sign off
come
so I can
from,
know.
yeah, because listen, they got to put the Bible, because I can't. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this after we sign off. So don't hang on. I'm finna sign off. So hang on when I. But thank you guys for watching. No, before we leave, um, more than skin, location, hours of operation, and then you're gonna also put Chelsea's also gonna put in the comments
I already
how
put
you
them in
can
there.
book those appointments.
I already put them in the comments.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I
okay.
put the Facebook and the website, but
Okay.
Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Um, you can inbox me, you can call me. My phone number is on the website. I ain't gonna put it over here. Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
excited to see y'all.
Y'all book them appointments, and Diaria put it in there as well. She said More Than Skin Beauty Bar and Spa. That's it. Book those appointments. Book those appointments. You'll get your skin right. Get you right. So make sure you book those appointments. But thank you guys for watching. If you would like to be a guest on the Keep the Faith podcast, you can email me at faithisnecessary@gmail.com. You can also call or text 843-920-8124 if you have topic suggestions or you too shy to come on. Just let me know. Now, most of the topics that I have, I usually pray about it, like if I have a guest, but if there's something that you want me to cover, then let me know and I'll do my very best to cover it. Now, if I need some reinforcements, because like I said, this issue that I'm being attacked with, I needed pastors to cover me and so they can bring scripture with it. And then Victor talk about, wait a minute, he talking about I want my eyebrows done so I could be snatched.
Victor. He need to come back on so I can suggest a topic for him.
And
Okay.
also, someone wanted me to ask you. The gentleman asked me because they saw the flyer that you were coming on, and they asked, this is like a week ago. They wanted to know whether or not you do you know how they have the facials for the men and you massage the beard. They want to know if you did that. I'm pretty sure he's watching.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So, fellas, make sure you get those appointments and you massage your beard and all that good stuff. Now, make sure you go on the site because don't think, because like you remember a while back you put up a post with the TikTok. You think you getting all that in the facial?
Yes.
No. Make sure you look at the price list and ask her. Be specific with what you want.
Yes, I'm open to question. Yeah, ask me first. Ask me the questions you need to. Don't let TikTok fool y'all and think you're gonna get a nice little.
Yes, yeah, you'll get it, but you got to pay the price.
You definitely will get it, but gotta pay the price.
All right, you guys. Well, we're out, and thank you guys once again for watching. You have a great evening, and Chelsea will definitely be back in more times in 2022. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. We are out. Peace.